Hi everybody, my name is Renato Quintero, also known as REIQ. Today I wanted to share this video I recorded a few days ago, and I was inking some Patreon commissions, and I decided why not record this while I talk to my sister online. And I kind of wanted to show what I have in the what is the process I do for inking, and what are the materials I'm using in general. And at this stage, I already did obviously the sketch, the drawing is already done. And what I did is illustrations. I didn't work out too much the drawing, and I kind of decided to have a very loose, not loose, but more like light drawing with the main shapes that I wanted, and then with ink I will just do the final line instead of doing it with pencil and then with inks. I decided to go and use the thinnest micron pen, which is the 005, and with that one, which is the, the smaller number for the tip of this micron, and it lets me, do the main drawing with the very light ink and with very light line, which is beneficial because if I made a mistake or I'm trying to correct something, I just need to make the line a little bit thicker. So with this one, I did that. I did the light drawing and I went with the 005 micron, and I did the drawing, not the whole thing completely rendered, but mostly the drawing, what I needed, the main shapes. And instead of going to the next one, which will be like number one or number two for the pens, I went with the 0.5 and then with the 0.8 to add the thickest lines. And I do this process. I do this jump from 0.5 to 0.05 to 5 or 8 is because I can define the overall shape of the character. I can do a little bit of a thicker outside line, and then I can define a little bit better the arms and the limbs. So I can bring a little bit of depth only by describing the silhouette a little bit more with a darker or bolder micron pen. And when I'm using those thicker microns, I like to fill gaps or holes. You will see me feel like in the neck, and there's a specific areas where objects are close, like in the shin with the color that she has. So I draw a little bit more of a darker shadow there because that object is closer to the character or to another object. So I think like if they're closer, there must be a shadow between them. So I try to add those black spots, and kind of makes the drawing read a little bit better, trying to move away from the flat lines, and then start adding like a little bit of shadows, like small shadows, not something like comic book style, but just suggest some kind of shadow, some kind of connection in those spots, especially in the corners. I think about what is overlapping. Is the hair on top? Is this armor on top? So if this costume is on top, whatever is under must receive some kind of shade, some kind of black. And I'm doing, basically that. So I'm thinking about it, think about the anatomy, thinking about where it will look good enough, or where do I need those marks. Okay, I think I changed for a little bit smaller, 0.3, and sometimes I'm doing these shadows and these black spots, and I change for between 1 to number 3. Actually, I use the number 2 too. So number 2 and number 1 and number 3, I try to change between them and add all the details that I want, but then I want thicker lines and create more character for this line art, because at the end I'm gonna use it for markers, and even then after the markers you can go back with more ink and redefine those gaps or holes that are filled with black, because sometimes the marker will take away a little bit of the dark value of the ink because of the markers, and you pass it all over again. So sometimes it's good to go back and ink it again to make it like, super sharp and super clean. And what can I say? This inking process, to me, I've been working on it, well, most of my career, but um, I I think I've been wanting to drift a little bit away from the digital line art. I think I enjoy doing the digital line art, but sometimes I feel like I can draw way faster just using the paper, and for me it's way more fun to do the lines and see them in a paper. I I feel way better. Like I enjoy more that than just sit down on the computer and just crank that line art to add colors later. While if I can improve my inking through time, like I've been doing, then I can use those lines and and draw and color on top of that without the need of me going to Photoshop or scan it and then do all the lines all over again. And so that's why I'm trying to improve my inking process using different tools. I've been trying different markers and papers too. This is a Copic marker sketchbook. I think it's a new product they have, and the paper is really good. It's thick, and I can erase many times the line. Check it out in the Copic store. They have a lot of products, and they have this sketchbook, which is pretty nice. For me, it's more for like finished pieces than sketches, and I'm using it a lot with all the markers, so I can say that it's a pretty good paper for to work in a more finished artwork. Okay. Apart from that, I would like to thank you. This video is a little bit shorter, but I just wanted to show a little bit of what I'm doing with the inking and all that. Hopefully, I'll make more videos like this in the future about inking, and I just wanted to show a little bit of what I'm doing. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you.